Now my life is so simplified.
My desire asks and he replies. What you require comes from the Most High.
That is the principle. That is the principle. Principle.
What comes after that?
He carried your sin on the cross, reconciling the divorce between you and my God. You and my God brought back to the original cause.
The original path. Scrap your calculation down to the original mathematics.
Tens every manual in the Torah now, is it just automatic?
Isn't it fantastic? Good news, go tell the masses. Forgiven you are born a star. He took all your scars. Now my life is so simplified. My desire I ask and he replies. What you require comes from the Most High. That is the principle. That is the principle.
He even is Stanley.
Stanley.
Notia Panja.
Panja.
Tunya.
Tunya.
Kene Fotokoza. Makumwamba. I'm not gonna watch a nation go under.
Say full condition, yeah. That is a vision, yeah. That is a mission, yeah. Forgot the words, yeah. Nene Fotokoza. Makumwamba. I'm not gonna watch a nation go under.
Bask in the joy.
Your debt is paid.
Sit back, relax, enjoy your life.
Cause you got it made.
Take off your shoes now.
Put them away.
And count your blessings, name them one by one today.
Bask in the joy. Sit back, relax, enjoy your life. Yeah. Take off your shoes now. And count your blessings, name them one by one today. Now my life is so simplified. My desire I ask and he replies. What you require comes from the Most High. That is the principle and law I go by. Yeah.
Come on. Shout out Kofi, man, the real one. And that's Metanoia for you, Lord.
Hi.
Introduce yourselves.
Ladies first. Jinx.
Nah.
Hi, my name is Abigail Kezia.
So my name is June Kangari.
My name is Kelvin Kahenya. I go by Kev.
Say no more, the flow is your boy says more. XEIZMOR for those who do not know the spelling. Shalom Stanley is my government initial.
And when I was younger, I used to add Doctor of the Bible hapo mwisho. Tutakuja kwa storyline baadaye.
This is basically Metanoia Worship.
So says more basically comes from two geographical terms, seismic and tremor. What happened is this, so it was one double lesson. I reckon it was biology. The teacher didn't come. And obviously like in like school, high school, like boys' school, like people would either look for comics to read or like talk to their friends like in class or just end up sleeping. I was like, okay, fine. Let me create for myself a stage name, something unique, something that people would resonate with, something that would end up being my brand. And I therefore found seismic and tremor. I was like, ooh, this sounds nice. So I went to the dictionary. Obviously, I have to like do my own research and find out what the words mean. So I went to the dictionary and I looked at seismic, and I got to realize that seismic, the second meaning is to have a great effect. That's what resonated with what I felt like would be the meaning I was looking for. Then tremor, obviously, is a small wave that's caused when two continental plates collide on the Earth's surface. Then I was like, okay, fine. I took the seis in seismic and the more in tremor, and I combined it to form seismor. Substituted the first S with an X and the second S with a Z, hence XEIZMOR, seismor. So basically, seismor is that I am a small wave that has a very great effect with everything and anything that I come into contact with.
So every time the pastor would like start talking or welcoming guys over for the service, I'd like run forward, grab a mic and start. John 3:16 says, for God, and just any word that comes to my head. And after saying like 4 of them for like 4 consecutive Sundays, nikajita doctor of the Bible. Just sasa venye nilikuwa na memorize the verses, my friends. Doctorate in theology, lakini find myself. But yeah, that's how Doctor of the Bible came along. I was so used to Psalm 31 verse 1 to 10. Yeah, so it says, let me see if I remember all of it. Let me see. Whoever goes to the Lord for safety, whoever hides under the shelter of the Almighty shall say to him, you're my defender and my protector, you're my God, in you I trust. He will keep you safe from all hidden dangers and from all deadly diseases. He will cover you with his wings. You will be safe in his care. His faithfulness will protect and defend you. You need no fear any danger at night or sudden attacks during the day, or the plagues that strike in the dark, or the evil that strike in daylight. 1,000 may fall dead beside you, 10,000 all around you, but you will not be harmed. You will look and see how the wicked are punished. You have made the Lord your defender, the Most High your protector, and so no disaster will strike you, no violence will come near your home.
Nice.
We shall fact check it later.
Basically, I think as a kid, I used to wake my parents up at around like 7 o'clock a.m. I used to pick buckets and stuff, and I'll just beat and I'm on tune, So that's how I got to understand, and also singing. I was very good in terms of listening, coming to play with like keys. So that's how I knew my passion is in music. So this is what I want to take as a main course.
Funny thing, I actually wanted to be a doctor, then I got afraid of blood. So it became a whole thing. Before all of this, I used to be more of a what's called a fine artist. We used to mostly do pencil art. So basically I used to love drawing either animations or realistic drawings. People never really got good at it, but I used to do fine art because I was bored. So when music came along, it felt like home. It felt like that accepted me more, and I could be able to show sides of me that I never really knew I had in my music. So yeah.
I'm an artist, it goes without saying. So back in the day, I used to write a lot of rap. And so being that I used to write a lot of rap, I still do. But like back in the day, I used to write rap. So with the music that I used to listen to, the artist that I used to listen to a lot used to also compose song, and he used to sing so well, like so well. So I used to like end up trying to mimic and mime him and see if I could sing as he can sing. Then, so that artist was Chris Brown back in the day, before I got to receive Jesus Christ. Then once I got to receive Christ, things changed. And yeah, so I just started following like gospel musicians who are in the faith. My fellow vocalist, Abby also, and Kelv have also trained me in like my voice, told me this and that, let go of this, do this. And so I've been growing in areas. And so as I've been applying what they've been telling me, I've been growing in that area. Literally, I'm just a student who's not more than 6 months old in like singing. So yeah, I've just been learning and growing. And yeah, I've just been putting 1 and 2 together to make 3 in my music as I get pieces of wisdom from other people who've been in the industry for some time. And yeah, it's just been amazing. I've been singing more than rapping these days, yeah.
Okay, when I was young, I used to be scared of like a silent, dark room, especially like when I'm going to sleep. So what would work? Back then, kulikuwa na tule tukaseti, tunaweka kwa radio, yeah. I'd have to fall asleep listening to either Don Moen, Women of Faith, or Angela Chibalonza. Those are my 3 best artists. Come rain, come sunshine. Ka siski, uliniumba nikuabudu. Okay, I promise you, I won't sleep. So I grew up with listening to those guys, and I'd sing in church on Sundays when I was like in class 3, class 2 there. I didn't venture so much into my vocals up until high school. High school is where I purposefully dived into it.
Well, I personally say that game attracts game. Yeah? You can't be in a position where you don't have the talent and you just look at someone and you're like, I think you can work with us, but you don't have it. Game attracts game, and that's what I usually like saying. So if you have the talent, talent will attract talent that is equally capable to become something amazing and good. And yeah.
I mean, he just dragged me and he told me, you know what, you can sing. Ah, thanks. Yeah, we're doing the rough, by the way. In fact, get prepared. We need a song by today. Like, all right, okay, so let's do this.
Other than the, what did you say, game?
Game attracts game.
Yeah. I think we also kind of like, not even kind of, we come off as a family. That's, we have that core, you know. That's our anchor. That's what started to bring us together, you know. How we also interact other than just musically. Yeah, so that's what I would add on.
So you guys are friends beyond the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also to just put the cherry on the cake, or is it the icing? Yeah, Christ is a foundation. Yeah, if it wasn't for Jesus, man, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.
Me and a friend started Metanoia as an organization. Basically, were to bring the youth together as in worshiping God, and also in worshiping God, coming together, having fun. And then we came into, after our first event at AIPC Bahati, is when we started including the charity aspects. We came to the conclusion that we need a band because it would make more sense to have an internal band instead of outsourcing all these crews, and it would be, actually, to be honest, it would be kind of convenient, and at the same time it became the birth of something new. And so Metanoia Worship came to be.
I'll be very honest. I don't know if it will sound weird. I don't think I have a favorite because it used to be hip hop until when I went to school and we got to be taught a lot in Christian music, folk music. There was just too much. It's too diverse. So I enjoyed each and every kind of music, to be honest. Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's an interesting take. Before I hear from Sazebo, so if we can just go through, if I can just name a few, and you tell me what's one thing you appreciate about this genre. So let's start with country.
Okay.
What do you appreciate about country music?
I love how they just sing about heartbreak songs all the time. It's amazing, and then they do it so perfectly, you know? Like, take me home, country road, to the place I belong. Yes. You know?
What about the blues?
Blues, what I appreciate about it, honestly, is drums. It has a lot of techniques that you can apply in your drumming. That's why I love it. Not the song, but yeah, the same as jazz.
Okay, let's go completely off and go into techno.
I take back what I said.
Nothing to appreciate.
No.
My favorite genre, okay. When I was younger, if it's not Don Moen or Women of Faith or Angela Chibalonza, as I said, keep it. I don't want it. But then I came to learn of a man called Pompey. Oh my good Lord. Oh, that man, I can't. The bars he writes, the kind of lyrics he chooses, the instrumentals, it's just insane. I don't know what genre that is, because he has a bit of country here and there, he has blues here and there, jazz here and there. So basically, mi nasikizanga tu Pompey. And Nigerian music, abeg, sha. Yes, those two. Zambian and Nigerian.
Well, for me, obviously, I'm a Kenyan Londoner, as them lot know me out here. So for me, I love drill. Yeah, drill is my thing, you know. Grime and drill, yeah. So I'm always on that. That's how I write my rap. And yeah, I love it. Drill. Yeah. Gospel drilling, you get me? Come on.
I don't really have a favorite because there's one I hate, but there's one I do not like. There's only there's the one that only the specific few to me do it right. For me, that's reggae on the specific few, not the top. But other than that, I've seen beauty in what's called in most genres, and I've gotten to see, okay, small details to that fascinate me.
Man, I just had to, go on the drums. These guys told me, you can't sing, and I'm just joking. So basically, as much as I can sing. I also have an issue with, I'm not as confident when it comes to singing. It's not the way I can have my drumsticks and my drums and be like, play this and I'll play for you. I have more passion when it comes to drum rather than it singing. But I'll also appreciate Abby in the background. She's the one who took my journey of singing. However, because in school I have choir practice, so it's also getting me back on track in terms of singing. So hopefully now I'll be singing.
Choir practice, yeah?
What's your voice?
Me, tenor, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And your?
Baritone.
Baritone, yeah? All right, cool, yes, baritone. Yeah, I'm still learning the music thing, man.
I'm in the university, second year. I'm doing electrical engineering. I wanted to do architecture. The school I wanted to go to didn't accept me. Say it as it is. It hurt me. You know yourselves. So I wanted to do architecture. And then actually I was called to do music. But the university I was called to do music in isn't, to me, didn't stand as a musical haven in the sense that I wanted to grow in. I shall not mention them because of I don't want to get stoned. I tried to do interior design, but interior design is a short course. So I went to electrical.
Mostly when I go out, even I hear so many people wanted to do music. And they're like, yeah, their family was not supporting that stuff, Like to them, to be honest, it was crap, It's not part of it. What will you earn, So personally, I love my family for the support they've given me in music, not only just, out here, but also buying me instruments at home,
Yeah, I wanted to do law, but then, pass mark, ikakuwa na huko, T for tough. So my second option was journalism. So now I'm in Daystar doing communication. I'm sure every time I say communication, people say, oh, you go to school to learn how to talk. No, I'm majoring in electronic media, which is basically broadcast. Yes, that is what I do in school.
Well, for me, my family is an artistic family. If we go back to my granddad, like he was a music teacher in high school and in uni. He was a lecturer and a high school music teacher. And so his kids got the music thing. Like some of his sons decided to pursue it until a particular degree where they just had to leave it. My dad is also musical, plays instruments and that. My mom is also kind of musical, she sings as well. So yeah, I believe that now being that no one else really took it up, I just have this strong feeling that God just decided, all right, cool, I'm gonna use you get me? Yeah, you're gonna be the one who's gonna now amplify that music that I deposit in this family and take it up a notch different and lead people to God's kingdom with the same music. So yeah.
In high school, I think is when I realized the power of music and that God had actually given me a gift in singing. So I was like, oh, why not give it back to the person who gave it to me, just to actually do it his way, not hizi vitu zingine za music festivals, kina the beat.
For Jesus. Yeah.
There's a verse that says, remind me, this verse about excellence that goes like, I'll paraphrase. Basically, a person who is excellent at what he does, he will be given, he will do his thing in front of kings and stuff like that.
The theme verse for the RAF, Diamond Academy, right? Yeah.
That one.
That one.
So it introduced a new standard. So it had to force me to go back and reevaluate everything. I'm still in that stage as we speak, but even as we go, God has been introducing new things in my music. Like recently, I've been learning about speaking the words of the Spirit in your music, either be it a prayer or an encouragement, or what's called. So mostly it comes as an impulse as I worship. For instance, I would be talking to God and I would ask, like, what would you want me to give to anyone who is listening to me? And these lyrics would just come out of the top of my mind and they would just flow. Verses upon verses, words upon words. I've only used this ability twice, I will not lie. Twice recently because I've just been learning about it. But it's been quite a beautiful experience because even as you're doing this, it enhances. It just doesn't enhance what you say, it enhances how you say it. There's a power behind every word that you say. And so it not only sounds better, it is better.
I was in Form 3. Hey, I got myself in this mix, man. It was crazy. I was getting weird dreams, weird manifestations of things I didn't really understand. So I went to this teacher of mine. She had the gift of interpreting dreams. So there's this one particular dream that happened twice. And the second time it happened, the ending was terrible for me. Like the first time I featured in the dream, but it wasn't anything to get me worried about. But the second time, that got me worried. So I remember she gave me this, things to do, verses to read, to help me through that situation. And there was this time I went to a chapel. Was it chapel? Yes. And I just knelt down and I was praying. I've never felt the Holy Spirit descend on me that heavily. I remember that was the first time I ever spoke in tongues. I was in tears. I cried. It was I've never had such an experience. So after that day is when I can for sure say that's where I started my walk with God.
Yeah.
Man, it's been tough. It's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. Yeah, it's one day you're feeling good when you're praying. You feel like you've beaten, all the strongholds in your life. The next day you're praying and you're asking God, where are you, So that's how it's been of late. But I love how he's been pushing me to be persistent, 3 a.m.s type of things, Of late, why I say it's been hard is because I wake up, I don't sleep too well. So when I'm waking up, I'm super tired, but I know in my mind, I need to pray. So I pray, but now I'm not feeling him. But I think the issue now is the feeling because you're not. I'm just sure what I'm trying to say, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to tap into it,
Like God, you can't always it's not really about feelings.
It's not about feelings.
He can be there, but that necessarily doesn't mean because I'm not feeling him, he's not there. He's there,
Another thing that I have been constantly reminded by God is, I'm the same, regardless of what is in front of you, behind you, around you, within you. I am constant. I don't change when it's hot. I don't freeze when it's cold. I am the same today, tomorrow. And it really takes a second sometimes to constantly have that in my heart and hold on to it and be like, you know what? Hata nikiamka leo na my feelings are, I need to pray, man. It's 3, man, I'm tired. I need to be in the office. His faithfulness to me still stays the same. He doesn't, today you've woken up with attitude, I'm going to show you attitude as well. It's, child, I will correct you where you need correcting. I shall be stern. Where you need sternness, I shall be soft where you need softness. And my relationship with him is just, honestly speaking, I love it. Some days it's, what is going on? But I just love that constant communication. Like I can just be seated and he'll drop something in my spirit that I had no idea I needed, but I actually needed, you know? Like the fact that he knows me better than even I know myself. I mean, he made me.
This year has been transformational. I got to realize that there was when actually transitioning from 2022 to 2023, it wasn't just a usual transition. It was a spiritual transition. It was a change in season and not a change in year. It was a change in the season of, cool, it's now time to be done with being lackluster and in your walk of faith, and now it's time to be on fire. So there was that particular season and a shift where the revival was now being introduced in the spiritual atmosphere. And I think my spiritual senses, and from just around, I could hear revival. And so I decided this year it's going to be different, and this year we're going to move different. So yeah, my journey has been interesting this year. I've gone to the Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain a couple of times, twice, and first was in January, the second time was in just late April, and yeah, I've been able to just get my spiritual man up, muscled up, man, because without the spiritual man being muscled up, in these times especially, there's so much warfare existing in the atmosphere.
Really, I got really, when I started discovering how much he loved me, I started asking myself the question, like, do I really deserve this? Like, what have I done to earn this? And the fact that I had no answer to that question, I know you're not supposed to hate yourself, but I hated the person I had become, led by my pride, led by so many small things in my life that I had allowed to go on. But as we proceeded, I came to understand him as a God of grace. And I got to see so many aspects of my life change just by being around him, just by being in contact with him constantly. And to a sense, and then the warfare began, of course. The warfare starts. It began, as my brother back there says, that's when life gets real. Mm-hmm. Welcome to real life, that's the word. So life got real, the warfare started. It's had its ups and downs, but as she has said, God still remains true. God still remains the same through it all.
I've been really struggling with competition, issues of territory, Let me give an example. When a drummer comes, I feel like they're in my territory. So I feel a bit like, what the heck, So I had to learn this. God had to teach me that we are one Christian body, right? Mm. So the fact that I have the mindset of competing with another drummer rather than growing with each other shows that God is not in my space. That's a spiritual oppression of probably jealousy or something that's going on that was really attacking me, So that's one lesson I have learned through this journey.
So guys, what's up? We have an event on the 4th of June. It's going to be virtual, yeah? So we want you guys to tune in to our social media platforms. We shall be sharing them with you. Tuko YouTube, sindo?
Tuko YouTube, tuko Instagram, tuko TikTok.
Yes, Nasi Metanoia peke yake, we're featuring so many of your favorite artists from the raft. So stay tuned.
No
Msikose hiyo
spoilers.
virtual, msikose.
No
Atuambi ni
spoilers.
nani, anticipation ni wavute huku.
On that note, as promised,
What type of video?
See the drill?
Oh my God. I can just remove it.
Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You lot need to be on fire for the Lord like Bunsen without holding a burner. Dash me a Bible, I read this verses. Down to 16, God's our Father. We serve a God who works miracles. Jehovah Rapha, our God is a healer. 100, he's your everlasting best friend. Way more than a golden retriever. You lot need to be on fire for the Lord like Bunsen without holding a burner. Dash me a Bible, I read this verses. Down to 16, God's our Father. We serve a God who works miracles. Jehovah Rapha, our God is a healer. 100, he's your everlasting best friend. Way more than a golden retriever. Yeah.